Good morning, I'm Nima, and this week's hot topic is Greece. Will they take the bailout or leave it? Well, after the breakdown in talks on Sunday regarding Greece's reform proposal, the markets are bracing for what seems like the inevitable Greece default. This could happen unless Greece repays more than 1.5 billion euros of loans to the International Monetary Fund, which are due June 30th. Now, all IMF payments that were due in June have been bundled into one single payment and don't have to be paid until the end of the month. But keep in mind that there is an 85 million euro payment to the ECB due on June 19th, followed by much bigger ones later in the summer, including a payment worth more than 4 billion euros on July 20th. Is history repeating itself? Well, the last country to bundle payments to the IMF was Zambia in the mid-1980s, and they ended up in a default. So although Greece's economy is a far cry from Zambia's, it's definitely a sign that Greece's back is against the wall. In fact, some analysts are saying that without the help of the Eurozone to pay its IMF bill, Greece has no choice but to default. Now, if Greece does agree to the bailout terms and implements spending cuts worth about $2 billion, they will unlock the bailout funds and be able to pay its creditors, at least in the short term. So the question here is, can Greece get the money together to pay the IMF? And will they finally surrender to the bailout terms? This remains to be seen. Now, it seems the story with Greece is never ending, but really, what's at stake here? Well, a Greek exit would leave the ECB holding billions of dollars of Greek debt. Thus, the euro may face further devaluation, which could lead to investors pulling out of their investments within the EU. Since the EU accounts for about 1/5 of global trade, analysts worry the crisis could spread from Greece throughout the EU. Don't forget that the euro has already devalued 20% this year against the US dollar, and some analysts predict we could see euro-USD parity before the year is over. So what dates should we be watching out for this week? On the 18th of June, the Eurozone ministers will meet. This is Judgment Day for Greece, as they have to decide whether to accept its creditors' offer or reject it and leave the Eurozone. On the 30th of June, the Eurozone bailout with Greece runs out, and the deadline for the 1.5 billion euro payment to the IMF is due. Don't forget that the 17th of June is the FOMC interest rate meeting, which is one of the single most influential market events that we have. Tell us your thoughts on Greece. Comment below. My name's Nima. You've been watching The Hot Topic.